Lillard against Chris Paul.
Hey, big screen right there, big screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Lillard. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. And that one is out. Rockets in control of the basketball. Off the mark. Well contested. Lillard picked up by Paul. To McCollum. Trying to cash in. Deep two there. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You stay in his pocket and you never give him any space at all. You make him smell you every single possession.
Paul to Harden. Here's a chance from long range where James Harden, muscle memory, gets it to go. The challenge defending a guy who can be a 1 or a 2.
We're not old men talking about this game. We don't define players by positions anymore. Is he a 1 or is he a 2? No, he's James Harden. He is a scorer and an elite passer.
To Lillard. Down to 5 on the 24. Shot clock violation. Now it's Harden, controlling the offense. Probing the defense. Shot for James Harden. James Harden, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Harden with the basketball. His team up by 7. Gets it to go. Didn't have many choices there. Lets it fly.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Now the Blazers will use a timeout as they'll talk things over here in the first quarter. Knocks it down from mid-range.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. To Harden. Sizing up the defense. Harden, guarded by McCollum. Curling inside. A lot of contact on that play. He plays through it and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To McCollum. Here comes the screen. McCollum. Portland down to 4 to shoot. Lillard, his first effort, off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Harden. Double figures in the first quarter, now at 10, including that 3.
And the more and more I watch, I become mesmerized with that follow-through. That release is effortless.
Here comes the screen. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Damian Lillard at the line for 2 shots. Career 88% from the line. Knocks down the first. Good free throw shooting. Knocks down a pair. With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Harden.
Watch the cutter, man.
Nothing going here on that drive. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Lillard. Clint Capella tips it. Ball was loose, but they maintained possession. Stuffs it down with authority. Jay, perhaps that's a start.
Those kind of plays get me fired up. That's a momentum play. They looked lifeless here in the first quarter, but a dunk like that can get your team going in the right direction.
Driving is Harden, but he can't get it to go down. Going to launch beyond the arc. Another chance. And it's McCollum who grabs the rebound. Lillard to Nurkic. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Another follow. Stays out. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
If you didn't dunk that, then we would have to talk about it.
It's Harden. Brings the ball up. Foot was on the line. It's a turnover. To McCollum. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number one, create contact, and number two, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor to Harden. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Had made his first couple, but he misses there.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
To McCollum. To Lillard. McCollum. Won't go. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
Harden against the Lehigh product. Fires the three. Well, this could be a sign of things to come. He's 3 of 4 from downtown to start the game.
And a dangerous thing for the defensive team, he has fresh legs. That was great lift on that jump shot.
McCollum against Harden. Here comes the screen. McCollum lets it fly from long range. That's off the side of the rim, short. Harden with it up top. It's a 9-point lead. To Capella. Had a chance, but it's no good. McCollum into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Lillard. D's got it. Damian Lillard. First couple didn't go. That one is true.
It's almost like he had the defender on a string, and he's the puppet master.
Nothing going here on that drive. Short jumper misses. McCollum with the basketball. They trail by 7. Count the bucket for 2.
I've seen him float so much on the perimeter, I forgot he even had that kind of physical presence. Good to see him beating up on people down low again.
Oh, highlight moves. Tough to do with the defender all over you. Harden, short jumper, won't go down.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
Rockets have the ball. They get it down to Paul. Can't miss those.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
Paul into the front court. Leads 5. To Harden. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short on the shot.
C.J. McCollum. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending. Now the Rockets will use a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 30, Curry.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
Number 42.
Here comes the screen. Surveys the floor. Paul. Looks to make a move. Able to convert inside.
They're going to have to find answers defensively and quickly because he's carving them up in the first quarter.
Here we go. I got him. I got him. I got ball.
Easy path to the rim.
Sometimes you hear people give all these fancy breakdowns, tell you all these different things they can do. That was just plain old simple bully basketball. Muscled his way through the lane.
Lopez. Nothing going here on that drive. To Paul. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Here's CP3. To Seth Curry. Has a chance. Gets a look. Can't hit. That one's going to be out of bounds. New blood coming in for both sides.
Substitutions, Houston.
And that'll be...
Go time is go time.
Subbing in for the Portland Trail Blazers. Number 33.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul.
Entering the game for the Houston Rockets. Number 9.
To Lopez. Robin Lopez. He's finally on the board. Makes his first shot.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
Paul. And buries it. Jay, they'll take that any day. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
And throws it down.
And easy, too, get back on defense.
Turner, defended by Eric Gordon. Has a look. Shot by Turner won't go.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Trailblazers take over. To Harkless. It was right there. Oh, bad pass there. Blazers have it. Leonard against Chris Paul. To Harkless. He was all over him. Missed the shot. No free throws. And the reward, a couple of shots at the line.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
Zach Collins. He's got 2 shots coming. Career mark of 64%. And he connects on the first free throw. Two for 2 on that trip.
Oh, you've been in the gym, huh?
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Screen coming. Paul, defended by Turner. Beyond the arc for 3. Shot off the mark. Good defense.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by a Blazer. Paul across the timeline. The lead is 11. To Lopez. Robin Lopez. He's 2 for 2 now.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
To Harkless. And a nice finish at the rim.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Paul into the front court. It's an 11-point game. To Lopez. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Harkless. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
That's me.
Evan Turner, guarded by CP3. Throws it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
To Harkless. Here comes the screen. Portland has 4 to shoot. Trying to cash in. Collins comes up empty.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Paul. Man, that was a tough shot. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
Evan Turner against Chris Paul. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
It's a turnover as they head the other way.
When you're outmatched talent-wise, you cannot get outworked. Get that ball back.
Portland has the ball. Seth Curry sizing up Eric Gordon. Gets it in the right corner. Knocks it down from mid-range.
You know, everyone gets lucky from time to time. You played the probability game perfectly on that possession.
Paul with it up top. His guys hold a commanding lead. Has a chance. Ooh, crisp ball. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
For 3, hits it, and the foul. And a chance now at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Count it at the line. To Harkless. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. Now Paul with the basketball. His guys holding the big lead.
Green, get over, get over.
And counted at the rim.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
It's Portland ball. To Seth Curry. Screen coming. Seth Curry, defended by Ryan Anderson. For 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ugh, did you see the way the ball came off his hands? Not the best form in the world, but it is where it is. Count it. Maybe just don't count on it all the time.
To Paul. The drive, right to the basket. On the drive, it's Paul, but his shot stays out.
And you have to remember that your hand is part of the ball. There wasn't enough contact on that play for the refs to blow the whistle.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. From long range. Message received. Well defended. To Seth Curry. Has a look. Wide open look. Won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Houston with the basketball. Paul. Fires the 3. And they call the foul. Jay, he was there too late.
Ed, the reality is that good jump shooters know how to get those calls. Overall, though, there's less flopping in the game, which is great. But there's something uncanny about certain players' abilities to get those calls on a regular basis.
Second and 3 is good.
Portland. Subbing in.
Whoops, that won't go. Lillard against Gordon. Leaving no doubt. Slams it down.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
And now Houston has the basketball. To Paul. And strokes it.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
To Seth Curry. The Blazers with 4 in the shot clock. Lillard. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Zach Collins rejects it.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
To Paul. Yes, it drops. Little drama on that one.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Robin Lopez sends it away.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
A fundamental shot right there.
Look, as a player, this stuff happens all the time. No need to make this into something bigger than what it really is. Move on to the next play, get locked in.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Capella to Paul, trying to cash in. Paul shot off the mark. Damian Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
On the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. To Seth Curry. Here's a chance from long range. That won't go.
I got it. Good ball.
A pass stolen by Portland.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Oh, straight down the middle for two.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Lillard. Deep right corner. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim. No good. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Big shout out to the athletic trainer for this team. It's obvious you've been doing all the preparation required of your team in the weight room in the offseason. Flex on them a little bit.
Paul, defended by Lillard. Oh, had him going there for a second. Not that time.
I got him. I got ball. I got ball.
It's no good. Defender did just enough to force the tough shot. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Rockets were the dominant team in that first half, without question. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Houston Rockets. The Trailblazers did a lot of things wrong in that opening half. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they've got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Assists. Player of the half.
I like this choice because he really put on a show in the opening half. There's a reason he's a fan favorite.
Who was cold?
player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete. But even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
No good. Defense catching a break there.
I agree. I thought there was a foul, but also it's all about your approach. You can't come down the lane and jump off one leg. It's called a power lift. Go off 2 legs and expect the contact.
Lopez. Five on the shot clock. Gordon's shot misses. Goes to the left side. McCollum into the front court. His guys down big. C.J. McCollum. 3 for 6 now.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Paul. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Shakes free and hits.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
McCollum over to the right side. Not that time. Paul to Lopez. And the rebound comes down to Portland. Portland's got it. To McCollum. Probing the defense. McCollum against Gordon. Fires the 3. Can't connect. Paul across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense. Lillard. To McCollum. Portland down to 4 to shoot. C.J. McCollum, 4 out of 7.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Paul against the former first-rounder. Beyond the arc for 3. Yes, give the advantage to the shooter.
They're shooting the ball well, but let me tell you why. They're already ready to shoot before they even catch the ball. Look at their hands. Their hands are ready, providing a target. So when they catch that ball, they go right into their shot. We call that being shot ready.
To McCollum. That's no good.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
To Paul. They work it down to Gordon. Nice pass to get things going.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
C.J. McCollum. With that, he's 5 for 9.
You know what I like about this pass play? Instead of putting his head down and forcing the action, he patiently waited for the play to develop.
Gordon, defended by McCollum. Oh, leaves the defender in the dust. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Eric Gordon finished second in the Sixth Man of the Year voting after winning the previous year. But what's even more astonishing is watching his development at his time in Houston. In New Orleans, often it looked like he was lost. But there's no doubt about it. In H-Town last year, he found a second life.
To Lillard. Tight space with the crossover. Gets a look. Can't hit.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To McCollum. For three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. To Paul. And takes it away.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down. We'll get a stoppage here. Timeout Portland as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
Number 13, James Harden.
Lillard against Chris Paul. To McCollum.
Number 27, Yusuf Nurkic.
To Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good. Paul into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Harden matched up with Lillard. Baseline drive. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Lillard to McCollum. For three. He engulfed him that time.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Paul sizing up McCollum. Oh, he's denied.
Oh, big man doing work right there.
To Lillard. Shot by Lillard, no good. Harden in possession. His guys holding the big lead. Great pass to set it up. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, he had him there for a second. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard. Ah, you've got to get that one to go. Houston takes over. Paul. From long range. He was all over him. Clint Capella. Huge block.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Harden in possession. Looking to make something happen. Curling inside. Short jumper off the mark.
Ed, the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Cruises inside for two.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
It's Rockets ball. Gordon sizing up Nurkic. Here comes the screen. To Harden. Clint Capella. He has struggled just a little bit. 2 for 5.
Old school equals high percentage.
McCollum with the basketball. Down a bundle. To Seth Curry. Nothing going here on that drive. Seth Curry, defended by Eric Gordon. Here comes the screen. McCollum, down low for Leonard. The pass set it all up.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Watch the screen, watch the screen.
Nothing going here on that drive. Count the basket at the rim.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
McCollum to Seth Curry. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Clint Capella swats it. And that's going to get out of bounds off of Harden. Changes coming from both sides right now. Evan Turner takes on Eric Gordon. And he hits.
And that footwork was absolutely off the charts. Just that space, splash.
Finish it, finish it.
2 minutes left in the third quarter.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
I can't believe I'm about to say this about an NBA team, because this is what I say to my grammar school team. But just because a team is down on the scoreboard doesn't mean you stop playing hard and smart. You really have nothing to lose, but really good habits to gain.
No good on the second. It's a 1-of-2 trip. Trailblazers with the basketball. Seth Curry against Gordon.
Hey, watch this screen left.
Spins and scores.
There you go. I like seeing scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Harden matched up with Seth Curry. Oh, had him going there for a second. Goes to the right side. Nothing going here on that drive. A bad pass there. Blazers have it. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup, with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Seth Curry. Portland has 4 to shoot. Tough shot. Hand in his face. He makes them pay.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
That's how you defend. Harkless gets it in the right corner. Has a chance. Shot by Curry, no good. Harden. He has certainly been on target from downtown. He's 4 of 5 from three-point range.
Let me tell you why. He's been receiving his passes on time and on target. Give the passer some credit in this scenario as well.
Seth Curry. Harden's on him. Deep 3 at the buzzer. Seth Curry. He's going to get 3 shots here. A career 84% free throw shooter. First one, count it. Knocks down the second free throw. Three for 3. Nice. Time expires on the period. It's been all Rockets. It's the Rockets in control of the basketball.
All right, let's do this.
Substitutions. Houston. Entering the game for the Portland Trail.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
1 second, I'm gone.
Takes stock of the floor. Good shot, no good. Deep right corner. Lillard against Chris Paul. Shot from in close, no good. And look out. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
Knocked loose. To Lillard. Fires the 3. That's good D. Shot no good.
And there's always so much talk about defense. How about offensively? If you continue to attack that shooter, now you're making him work on the defensive end. That makes him take his legs away on the offensive end.
Trailblazers take over.
I got ball.
Lillard against Anderson. Nothing going here on that drive. Lillard. The Blazers with 4 on the shot clock. Lillard for 2. Paul with it up top. He'll run the offense. Here comes the screen.
Come right.
To Paul. Oh, he had him there for a second. Curling inside. Paul. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
Lillard. A bad pass as the Rockets come away with it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
A big finish at the rim.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Paul. And the slam.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Brian Anderson able to recover with the block. Rockets in control of the basketball. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Short jumper stays out.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
And look out. Big finish at the rim.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Lillard picked up by Paul. To Seth Curry. Lillard. Not easy.
Well, that change is inevitable. And one of the things that continues to fascinate me about this game, usually when you see a good three-point shooting team, their shoulders are square to the basket. That's no longer the case in today's game. These guys are off balance, they're moving different ways, yet they still have extreme shot-making ability.
Paul sizing up the all-star Lillard. Has a look. Unbothered by the defense as he drills it.
There's something that is so impressive about what we saw this evening. Not just the shot-making ability, but the fact that not every shot came from the pocket. There were some bad passes being made, and the shots came from different places around the body, which aren't usual for the typical shot. That shot-making ability, that's something special to watch.
Paul. Here's a chance from long range. I don't know, Jay. They have a big lead. This game is just about over. He might not make many friends on the other side with that three.
Oh, I don't want to hear that generic coaching speak about dwindle down the shot clock, use the clock is your friend. No, if you have a chance to beat him by 50, beat him by 50. If you want to beat him by 100, keep shooting more threes.
Here comes the screen. Seth Curry. They'll get it down to Leonard. Robin Lopez snatching it out of the air.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
To Paul. Going to launch beyond the arc. And that's rebounded by Portland. Seth Curry to Lillard. Seth Curry. Portland down to 4 to shoot. Off the assist.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. It's the Rockets who are victorious as they cruise to win a game that was never really in doubt. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
David Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Rockets were merciless in this game. The scoring display they put on is going to be hard to forget. It's hard to imagine anyone doesn't come away impressed with how effectively they scored their points. Check out the leading scores for the Houston Rockets. The Trailblazers seemed to lose their edge as the game got out of hand. My advice for these guys is not to watch any TV tonight because it's not going to help them forget about this game. Everyone is going to be talking about this one. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Portland Trailblazers.
Game track. Defense.
The Houston Rockets showed us how important defense can be in this league, especially when it leads to plenty of opportunities on the other end of the court.
Player of the game.
And what we have here are highlights worth 1,000 words. There's no question he stood out amongst the rest in today's matchup.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this?
Player of the game.
When you see these highlights, it's easy to see how this guy earned the award. His impact on the game wasn't lost on anyone.
Who was cold?
This isn't the segment you want to be in, of course, but even the best players find their way into this part of the show. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
Here's a look at the upcoming games for the Portland Trail Blazers. The Rockets put on a show in a blowout. The scoring display on behalf of Ed Coyne and Jay Williams. This is Jalen Rose signing off.